All chat, live chat. Let's do it. Uh-oh, it's saying I'm not streaming. Try refresh. There we go. Yeah, that one. All right. Okay. Good morning! It is I, your host, Pogo Kiddo, with yet another episode of Red Stone Lapis Lazuli. Okay, I had a kitty cat here, but I think I scared him away with my harmonica playing. Yes. Oh no, he's right there. Anyways, he's gonna like lick his fur off, and I apologize for that. Let's see, get back to Java Minecraft, right? Alright. Pardon me for a moment. It's cold outside. It's cold outside. It's cold outside. And I had a oh dude, I had a chat rate of 1, but I don't see it yet, so I don't know. It's probably a bot. Anyways, it was probably spam. I probably got a spammer who's like follows me automatically and follows me just so they can spam my chat whenever I start to do a live stream and they get the notification. I don't know. Hey, yo, free Palestine. Okay. Let's see, where we at? Okay, yeah, I've done some stuff. Go Ukraine, support Ukraine for as long as it takes. Until it is done. So, let's see. What I've done is in Minecraft, right? We're gonna start off in Minecraft. We're gonna start off a little bit slow here. Hop on a horsey. So what I've done here is I've connected the house and did a bit of terraforming. I have to continue to terraform. That's like a fun, like kind of mindless thing to do. I like doing terraforming, actually. It's really nice. Was that Enderman chasing me? I don't know if I've shown you this bridge before, but yeah, I made a bridge. Out of cherry wood mostly, and so I connected and so that what that did is that connected my main base to this island, this plains, and now I've connected it to this little tiny island, with the house I built on it, the cherry wood house. But then I'm like, oh no, I have no way of getting there because there was just big hill here. So I had to, and then like, it was basically the edge of a cliff. So I had to build another bridge, which I did. Ooh, pretty bridge. So that's pretty cool, right? Pretty nice. And now you can get to my house, right? Free Palestine. Yay. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm just paranoid about stuff like that. I don't know. It's a free service, man. I'm the product. What's going on? I need to return this horse because I don't have a place to keep him. And it's odd that you can't hear the horse. I wonder why. Oh, because I have animals turned down. Alright, well here, imagine. Clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop. Nay. Whoa there, horsey. I can like turn the sound on, but it would take me some time to. I would have to stop moving. I'm almost there, right? Who cares? It was just a demonstration to show you that it's connected by land now. What's better to show you is from the air. I much prefer flying. And look at that. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful day. Happy Sunday. Okay, so here we go. There's the house I made, right? There's the house I made. And then look, I've made a bridge, another bridge, to deal with the fact that it ends up on a cliff. So I just connected it. So now the cherry wood house is connected to the rest of the thing, of the place. Bah. Pretty nice. And then yeah, down there, check it out. I'm also going to work on connecting the island another way. Well, I mean, it is technically now, but I like that little alcove, and I was gonna I can't get in there. Well, I was gonna build, connect, and build a trail. Somehow build a bridge or something, and make a trail across. I don't know how, but up there is the you can see it. That's the path, right? That's the path to the base camp. I'm just gonna make another path along this edge somehow. Maybe up there higher, and then come down, down. Yay! It'll happen. I don't know quite how, but I can work on it. That's the next stage, right? And then that way I can connect, and over here I can make a little shrine. I think that's a little shrine area. So that's cool, right? Cool. Pretty neat. And look at all these frog lights. Oh, and that's the other thing. So that's one way. That's one way I've connected it. That's two ways I've connected it with the bridge, the second bridge. And so this island isn't like conducive to like easy like connecting because of all the different changes in elevation. So, but here's a third way I've connected it. Da da da. Yes, yes, indeed so. I have extended the base, the nether base, just a little bit, so that you can literally walk from one base to the other through the nether. Ta-da! So, isn't that fantastic? That's fantastic. Oh yeah, here's another thing I've done. Da-da-da! Which is, all I've done here is I've covered up all of the redstone and the pistons in an attempt to increase my frame rates. And it worked. It worked. Like, it doesn't seem to matter that there's a little bit more complexity. As long as those pistons and redstone are covered up, it makes Minecraft run better. Okay, what else can I show you? Wah, wah, wah. Well, I don't know. Free Palestine. Here, let's start talking about stuff, right? I really like. There's so many things that have to go right to make this such a nice experience for me. But like, so one thing is having a high refresh rate monitor. Another is having a high-powered computer. Another is having like a good video card. Another is having the fluid motion frames. Another is having this Minecraft mod called Do a Barrel Roll. It's so nice. It's so neat. It's so great. All right. So yes, hey, check it out. Da-da-da. What is that? That is the Palestinian flag. I can't hang out here. It's loud. So yeah, I support Palestine. Why would I support Palestine? I look for the people with the least amount of power in the situation. And from my perspective, it appears that the Palestinian people have the least amount of power. They have no state of their own. What does that mean when you don't have a state? It means you can't leave. You can't get a passport. How do you get a passport if you don't have a country? Like who's gonna do it? So you can't get a passport. You can't get a passport. So what does that mean if you can't get a passport? That means if you leave your country, if you leave Gaza or the West Bank, you cannot come back. What do you mean you cannot come back? It means, how do you prove that you live in Gaza or the West Bank? Do you have a passport? Because that's how people prove who they are when they go travel abroad. Like, I can't just go to any country and say, like, yo, I'm inside. I mean, I used to. Back in the day, it was a little bit different. But, and anymore, you need a passport to change countries. So, if you're a Gaza resident or if you live in the West Bank and something happens to your house or something, but you have relatives in other countries, you can't just go to other country and stay there for a while your house is rebuilt and then come back to live at home, because you can't prove that you ever lived there. So you're literally stuck there. If you're a Palestinian, you're stuck there. You can't leave, or you lose everything. So when I look at the situation, I see the Palestinian people as having the least amount of power. I'm gonna run through this real quick again, because like I see the same fallacy being played out all the time in the discourse. So I'm just gonna run through it real quick. The way they want you to see it, is Hamas wants you to believe that they represent the Palestinian people. That way, Hamas can try to justify their terrorist activities. The Netanyahu government is an apartheid regime, a national Zionist regime. It's a national Zionist regime. So which is not a friend to democracy. It's an enemy to democracy. They're enemies to democracy, right? Understand that. They're enemies to democracy. But Netanyahu, the Netanyahu government wants you to believe that they represent both the Jewish people and Israelis. That's what they want you to believe. But neither one of them are true, because they want you to believe that way they can justify their war crimes and their genocide against the Palestinian people. That's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that they represent this way and that these guys represent this way, and that this is a conflict between Bibi Netanyahu's apartheid government and Hamas. But that is incorrect. That is incorrect. The conflict is much bigger. No, But the true thing is you have to twist it. You have to twist it. You can't believe what Hamas says because they're a terrorist organization. They have no credibility. You can't believe what Netanyahu says because he's a fascist and he's indicted for being a fraud. So you can't trust him. He has no credibility. You can't trust what he says. So using our own powers of perception, right? Mine, yours, any rational human being can do this. It's not just me. Anyone with a brain can do this. They can look and see. Look at the balance of power. Look at the balance of power. Who are the people with the power? Who are the groups with the power? And who are the people without the power in this situation? And when you look, you untwist their narrative. You have to literally like rotate your perspective like 90 degrees. And then you can see what's really going on. When you see it from this perspective, then it makes way more sense. Because you see on the right, both Bibi Netanyahu's apartheid government, which has access to arms and control of the government, and Hamas, which is funded by the Iranian government to do terrorism against its enemies, Israel being one of them. What? Holy crap, an inquisitor. Uh-oh. Wasn't paying attention. I'm poisoned. Poison. Let me fight off the effects of the poison. I should fix that problem, right? It would behoove me to fix that problem. Oops. Okay, stay over there. Okay. So then, stupid golem. Okay. Look at a creeper appeared right there. Like, look what's going on. What? Who? What? When? Keep your house lit, man. Like this. Okay. So, Hamas is a terrorist group funded by Iran. Right? They have the military means and power. Bibi Netanyahu has the state of Israel funded and supplied by the United States. On the other side, you have the Palestinian people. They are people who are refugees, who are stateless. They're stateless. They have like no way of hanging out with, or they have like no power whatsoever. They have zero power. They don't even have a functioning government, right? You have the Jewish people who are way bigger than just the state of Israel and have nothing really to do with the state of Israel. Israel can say whatever it wants. It's not really truly representative of it's not representative of the Jewish people. And then you have the Israeli citizens, the people who really do believe in democracy, who really just want a functioning democracy to live in peace with one another, right? They don't want to fight anyone. They don't want to die either. They don't want some random people to come by and fucking kill them. So these guys don't have the power. These guys are protesting to get rid of Bibi Netanyahu. These people in other countries have nothing to do with Israel. They even protest against the genocide, and they still get attacked by people for some stupid reason. Because people are misled into bad thoughts. Anyways, and then you have the Palestinian people who have the least amount of power in the situation. How can they be blamed for any of this? Instead, the dynamic works that these two people these two with the power reinforce one another. Hamas um, Hamas being funded by Iran, because that's what Iran does. The government of Iran, not the people, but the government of Iran, the Islamic regime of the regime funds terrorists. But Hamas has the money, but it needs the justification. It needs the cover. So it needs the oppression of apartheid in order to give itself cover, saying, "Oh, our actions are justified because we're fighting apartheid. So we'll kill just innocent people, and it's justified because of this." At the same time, yeah, but it's hard. It's hard to convince regular people because the leaders of Hamas aren't going to be the ones going out there doing the murdering, doing the bombing, doing the whatever. They're not the ones going to be doing it. They're just organizing it. They need real people to go out there and do it. Who's going to do it? Well, like, you're not going to get someone happy in life to go do that. They got a lot to live for. They got their family, got the job, they have their whole future ahead of them. Why would they go out there and like kill random innocent people? Why would they do that? No. There's no way. So Hamas, in order to advance their political goals, needs to be able to draw from a population of people that are more willing to do terrorist activities. Who's going to supply that for them? Not them, because if they do it, then they're gonna get blamed for it. They need help. That help comes from Bibi Netanyahu, who the inhumane conditions imposed by national Zionists upon the Palestinian people are inhumane. They're basically genocide. It's a concentration camp. It's a prison. If they leave, they can't go back. They have no state. They have no passport. If they leave, they can't go back. And the other half of it is that Bibi Netanyahu really wants the land on which these guys are living. So not only do they make it so that if you leave, you can't come back, they also make the conditions inside there as bad as they can do it, in hopes that you'll leave. You'll die or you'll leave. That's the goal of Bibi Netanyahu. Why? So he can take the land. Because he's a national Zionist. That's what they want. That's their whole deal. They tell you as much. So Bibi Netanyahu does collective punishment upon the Palestinian people by saying, "I'm attacking Hamas." Then Hamas comes to the Palestinian people whose families are killed, whose livelihoods are destroyed, who have no future, who have no security, and Hamas will say, "Look, guys, help us. Like, we'll be your family now. Come help us, and we'll be your family. We'll take care of you. We get funding from our friends, and we'll take care of you." So Hamas gains bodies on the ground through the trauma inflicted by the Netanyahu apartheid. The spillover is that the Jewish people get blamed for it because there's a conflation on purpose by the Bibi Netanyahu government to conflate Israel with the Jewish people. He does it on purpose. To give himself both cover and legitimacy when he can claim neither. And then, of course, Israeli citizens are not about it. They're trying to get him out. They've been protesting for days and days and days and months to get this guy out. He's not a popular guy. He's indicted. He's on trial for corruption. What's he doing starting a fucking war with like all his neighbors? It sounds like it's like a bid to keep himself in power, that he's using October 7th as his own personal September 11th. That's exactly what he's doing. We Americans were ridiculing the George W. Bush before 9/11. He had no legitimacy before 9/11. 9/11, all of a sudden we had to rally, everyone rallied around the flag, and that meant rallying around the president. So all of a sudden George W. Bush became popular after 9/11. Donald Trump tried to start a war with Iran toward the end of his presidency. He assassinated some random like commander dude, some like not random. He was like a high level guy. Donald Trump assassinated some high level guy out of the blue, out of nowhere, in hopes that like he could start a war to increase his popularity or to like at least hold on to power. Donald Trump. Yeah, dude. So Bibi Netanyahu is doing the same thing. He's gonna try to exploit the trauma of October 7th to hold on to power. So yeah. Now that's I spent a week like talking about that. And the problem is that the United States is getting sucked in because the allies of Hamas see no difference between the United States and Israel. So apparently the Americans have a base in Syria, and it's been getting bombed and attacked non-stop for like 2 months. So why would they keep attacking our base? Because we're because they view Israel as an American proxy. So if Israel's attacking these places, that means the United States is attacking these places in their view. And are they wrong? Israel uses American technology and American weapons. The United States gives cover to Israel when it does these actions so that it doesn't get hit by anything else. Like, is not the United States facilitating genocide in Gaza? Hard to argue against it. So our troops are getting bombed, not because of the actions of Israel right now. So it behooves us as Americans to push for a ceasefire so that our troops don't get bombed, because they weren't getting bombed before. It was only when Israel decided to like go like George W. Bush on stuff. All right. So, oh, that's right. So I'm like, well, hey, maybe like I can find a different way of explaining this that would make more sense, like different labels, because the thing is that people see Bibi Netanyahu and they don't understand. Hello, Priority Gamer official. Free Palestine. Yes, I agree. So I thought of another way of explaining it that might help people understand. Oh, I need to get other things. Hold on. I grabbed the wrong thing. I think it takes a little bit of math. But I think people are okay with a little bit of math. Math isn't like... Yeah, a lot of people work with numbers all the time. Math is okay. Let's see. I'm looking for glowy bricks. Bricks that glow. 1, 2, 3. Yes, of course you have to take action, right? Of course, there's an action a demonstration. I'm gonna go. There's a demonstration today in town. I'm gonna check out. And I'm doing this show and explaining to people about what's going on, right? Because a lot of people get confused. You are making I don't understand. But anyways, I'm trying to educate people as to what's going on. So here, this will help. This will help people. Bomb. Bum. Bum. Bottom. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Gamer official. Wow, you're only 14 and you're already a priority gamer official. That's pretty good. Very successful. Okay, another way of looking at this is as if this were Adolf Hitler or Jefferson Davis. Look at it that way. Look at it that way. Oh no, not Jefferson Davis. So yeah, for sure, Adolf Hitler. And then you're gonna be like, what's a terrorist group that I can totally hate on? Well, here we go. The Russian government, Putin. Oh, you can't see nothing. And then over here you have then that's probably not a good way of putting it because it's both of those are super loaded. I can't do it. Not like that. Well, whatever. All right, so it wasn't such a good idea. Maybe I have to like think on it a bit. Anyways. So, oh yeah, Al Qaeda. That's a good way of putting it. Al Qaeda. That's a great way of putting it. But you can't read the sign anyways because it's too dark. I need to go get like glow squid. Yeah, Adolf Hitler and Al Qaeda. That's perfect way of putting it. Glow squid. There they are. My name is Pogokiro, like my channel. All right, let's do this over here. That's a good that's a good way of putting it. So you got Adolf Hitler and Al Qaeda. Al Qaeda. I don't know. So the thing about this dynamic is that it's not a new dynamic. It's a dynamic that's been going on for a long time. So you can replace Bibi Netanyahu with Adolf Hitler. They're like the same ideology. The ideology is whatever supremacy. It's a ethno state. They want an ethno state. What is an ethno state? An ethno state is a country that is not democratic. There's no democracy in an ethno state. Instead, what you have is you have fascism. You have authoritarianism. It's ruled by power. It's not ruled by truth. It's not ruled by justice. It's ruled by power. And by nature it's hierarchical by nature. Like it pretends to be helping the regular people, but it isn't. Like it doesn't matter who you are, right? Like white supremacists pretend it's going to help the white people, but it doesn't. Even if you're white, it doesn't help you. White supremacy doesn't help you, because then the hierarchy goes deeper. Then it's like, well, what kind of white person are you? And then it's like, how much money do you have? And see, then you start getting into like layers, even more layers. So it all comes or goes up to an elite. That's the whole point. They design their system so that it all goes up to a pyramid at the top. And they are at the top. The elites are at the top. Not the regular people. They pretend they're helping the regular people, but they're not. Same thing with Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda is like, Hamas is no different than Al-Qaeda. It's a terrorist group helped by a larger entity, which would be, I don't know. And yeah, it's the same thing, man. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I'm kind of tired of saying it. Let me move on. All right. This house is empty. I haven't really done anything with this house yet. But it has a nice view, right? Like what a view. And then the mines, are pretty neat. Ooh. And then the green light. Ooh. Ooh, pretty lights. So it's funny, I can my video card is at a toasty 101 degrees Celsius. I can boil water on my video card right now. Okay. Let's see. What else do I have here on my list? This is the 1948 Nakba. Oh shit, you can't see it. Where the Palestinian people were fleeing from their homes. The first time. And then this is the Palestinian people fleeing their homes again in 2023. It's like the second time they've had to do this, to flee their homes. Why would they flee their homes? Because how are you going to live in something like this? How do you live in something like that? Like look at the tank, dude. Look at that stuff. They literally wreck everything. They those are all blown out. Look at these everything. Oops, too small. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Look at your house. You gonna live there anymore? It's like they're just going through like wrecking everything. They don't care. So if you look here on November 7th, John Kirby once more confirmed that the U.S. has no red lines regarding how many civilians Israel is allowed to exterminate in Gaza in front of the whole world. What is this? LFC News Media. Genocide Joe and Blinken are in a survival mode, hoping a miracle happens. What are you talking about? Well, yeah, there are no red lines, dude. And then so this is Bibi Netanyahu saying that Israel will have overall security responsibility in Gaza for an indefinite period after the war. So, in other words, Israel is going to just take over Gaza. They're just going to take it all over, the whole thing. They're just taking it over. They're going to kick out all the Palestinian people, and they're going to take it over. After they did that, then Blinken, the Secretary of State for the Biden administration, says lays out red lines. No forcible displacement of Palestinians from Gaza. Not now, not after the war. No use of Gaza as a platform for terrorism. No reoccupation of Gaza. No attempt to blockade or besiege Gaza. No reduction in the territory. That's bullshit. He's lying, dude. It's already happening. It's already like a done deal. They're already like caused 1 million people to flee, like 2 million people to flee. It's already happening. What do you mean don't cross the red line? You've already done it. I'm gonna make more coffee real quick. Hold on. But I can keep talking to you because the magic of technology. Yay. The magic of technology allows me to reach you. From wherever you are, I can reach you. Wherever you are, I can reach you. And we can commune. It's not like I can reach you to do bad things. Why would I want to do that? You could just cut me off then. It wouldn't facilitate our mutual awareness and understanding and upliftment, because that's what we're after, right? Of course. That's what all rational, sane human beings are after. Why would you be any different? So yeah, here I am making coffee. Oh, coffee. It sustains me. I love coffee. It sustains me. Keeps me going. Yeah, I like worked myself up for this. I don't know why. I get all worked up. I don't. The coffee. Make the coffee. All right, that would take some time. So in the meantime, let's go back here. Oh, it got dark. Scary. This bridge. Isn't this bridge neat? Oh. Hey man, like, that's cool. Thanks. If you want to help me out, that's cool. Cheers, man. So, what else is going on? Let me see. Ooh. Okay. All right. So, what else do I got going on? Okay, so what is the problem that, like, why would the United States be helping the Israeli government commit genocide? Why would they be doing that? Why? What interest does the United States have? Well, one real politic answer for that would be, well, the United States and Israel are allies, so that means the United States has a base, an ally, in close proximity to monitor other groups of nation states. Okay, that's one way of looking at it. But then there's more than that. There's more than that, right? They have to get. That's a hard sell to the domestic audience to say, oh yeah, we need this for strategic military purposes. That's a hard sell. Another way of doing it would be another way of doing it would be what am I looking at? Convincing the people through religion. And so there's this story that you can read from Adam Gadat from October 2023, the 30th. This war is prophetically significant. Why U.S. evangelicals, Christians support Israel. Like, remember how I was telling you about how I'm like, holy shit, the Japanese knew about this before I did, or before we did. Because I went to reach for my coffee and I couldn't. Yeah, I need that coffee. The reason why I thought the Japanese understood the what's going on, man? Is it like, oh, it's so slow. That's what's going on. It's not as quick as I thought it would be. So here's the idea. Instead of me telling you, let's just read what it says. broadly speaking, some evangelicals. So evangelical Christianity is a flavor of Christianity. Uh, I don't know that much about it, right? Other than it's a flavor of Christianity. It's a kind of Christianity. Like Christianity is not just one monolithic thing. Like when I was little, I didn't know this. I didn't understand it, and so I went to like this deal, some religious deal, and the person asked me what kind of Christian I was. I was like, I don't know. What do you mean? What kind of Christian am I? I don't know. And apparently I was Roman Catholic. So I was like, okay, if you're Roman Catholic Christian, then this is your deal. But there's other kinds of Christianity too, not just Roman Catholic. There's all sorts of different kinds. There's like evangelical, there's Baptist, there's I don't know, there's Presbyterian and blah, blah, blah. I don't even know, right? I don't even know. There's so many different flavors of Christianity. Mormon, like I don't even know. Like so but this particular flavor. Oh, hey, Priority Gamer official, thank you for the subs. I don't know why. I hope, yeah. More than subs, I need people watching my show. I need the minutes. I need view minutes. People watching my show, my stuff. I guess subs help. But, like, I need actual people actually watching my show. But thank you anyways. Hey, so, yeah. So there's a flavor of Christianity called evangelicalism, right? And it says that they believe that Jewish people returning to Israel following the 1917 Balfour Declaration, a British statement which called for the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people, was key to end times, when God will purge sinners and Jesus will return. So they have this idea that if they fulfill this prophecy, then hey, well, that's cool to live in India, and like that's cool. I mean, do what you can. It's all right. Maybe they just want to know what Americans think about what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. It'd be cool. But I appreciate the support, man. Thank you very much. I hope it's like I hope it's educational. Okay. So, in the United States, there's a kind of Christianity that believes in like Armageddon, which is the end times, which is like the end of the world. They believe in the end of the world. They believe that if they can bring about the end of the world, then their God will come back, will manifest. I don't know, right? I don't know exactly how it works, but that's what they believe. So they have a vested interest in fulfilling the prophecy. Well, no, they believe they have an interest in fulfilling the prophecy to bring about the end of the world, which is kind of scary. See, and okay, yeah. So India, right? India, you have Modi. You have Modi in India. I don't know very much about him, but I heard that he's not a very good guy. I heard he's a fascist. I heard it's a bad guy. And no, yeah, that's not. He's a Hindu supremacist, right? Yeah, see, that's not right. That's not right. You can't do that. It's the same problem that's happening in Palestine, I guess, right? You have a fascist government, the Netanyahu government, that wants to push out all the Palestinian people. And then over in India, I guess there's a problem with the Modi government. I guess they're trying to push out all the Muslim people. And over here in the United States, we have the white supremacists who want to push out all the non-white people and overthrow democracy. All of them have to overthrow democracy in order to work. So that's why it's important to defend democracy. Because democracy and fascism cannot coexist. And fascism is bad. See, then, yeah, so if none of the ministers are, yeah, so we have that problem here in the United States as well, with a lot of, well, with our white supremacist government. We have the problem in which none of the people in government are minorities, or very few of them are. But okay, hey, I want to get back on this. I don't want to get too mixed up. So in the United States, right, we have a doomsday cult. A doomsday cult. Do I stream daily? No, I stream every once in a while. I don't think I do it daily. But okay, so in the United States, we have a doomsday cult that wants to bring about the end of the world in order to bring back their God. So here's what John Hagee, an evangelical pastor and influential founder of Christians United for Israel, explained the prophecy to TBN Networks in December 2022. So the prophecy is God is getting ready to defend Israel in such a supernatural way, it's going to take the breath out of the lungs of the dictators on planet Earth. But we are living on the cusp of the greatest, most supernatural series of events the world has ever seen, ready or not. So, Hagee says when Jewish people are present in Israel, quote, the clock starts ticking on the rapture. So what's the rapture? The rapture is what will come soon is the Antichrist and his 7-year empire that will be destroyed in the Battle of Armageddon. Then Jesus Christ will step up in his throne in the city of Jerusalem. He will establish a kingdom that will never end, Hagee said. So they have this doomsday prophecy, right? That's that doomsday prophecy. I am not a Muslim guy. No, I'm not Muslim. So I'm explaining how even the doomsday cult, what they believe in the United States. So Hagee, despite having a long history of anti-Semitism, has suggested Jews brought persecution upon themselves by upsetting God and called Hitler a half-breed Jew, was founded Christians United for Israel in 2006. Among other things, the group lobbied for the U.S. Embassy in Israel to be moved from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, which Donald Trump did in 2018, and is, quote, committed to Israel's strength, security, and sovereignty. So in other words, this group, this evangelical group in the United States, is so powerful that they were able to change the embassy in Israel. They were able to move it in Israel, the embassy. That's how powerful they are. Priority Gamer Official asks, am I interested in Islam? Yeah, dude, I would be interested in learning more about it, but the problem is that I'm in the middle of a show right now, so I'm more talking about stuff that I've saved up over the week. If you want to talk about stuff like that, you should catch me during a regular stream when I'm just playing Minecraft. Right now, I'm like trying to explain stuff, like what's going on, like I do every week. But thank you for the offer. So, it's not that evangelical Christians like Jewish people, and that's why they want to make Israel. That's not the case. Evangelical Christians, like especially that guy, don't really like Jewish people. They just need to use Jewish people to make their prophecy come true. And their prophet. So you can't, yeah. So a lot of people believe in evangelical Christianity. And a lot of people are confused about the nature of modern day Israel. Um, I was talking to someone, an older person, and they told me that they believed that modern day Israel and ancient Israel were about the same thing. They thought it was the same thing. I had to explain to them that no, it's not the same thing at all. They're not the same at all. They can claim whatever they want, but they're not the same thing. So that's part of the confusion, right? I think a lot of the issue around this well, hey dude, maybe if you come around during like the week when I'm not doing my show, yeah, we can talk about stuff. But right now I can't do it because I'm like doing my show. So I gotta do my show. So part of the problem is that people get terms confused. They get things confused. Like that person, that older person got Israel, modern day Israel, confused with ancient Israel. They conflated the two when there's no relation. There's no relation to the two. You can't show up 2,000 years later or like and say, "Oh yeah, we're the same thing. We never left." Like you can say you're a different thing and that's valid, like that but you can't say you're the same thing. Not when the rest of the yeah, there's like not even a way. All right, yeah, hey, see you later, Priority Gamer. Have fun. Take care. He's like, can I tell you about Islam? Happy Sunday, neighbor. Can I tell you about Islam? Wait a minute. That's funny. That's funny. Okay. What else do I got going? Man, I just don't feel like doing it anymore. It just... The richest Americans are not paying their money. What's going on here? How did you see that? That shouldn't have happened. Let's try this again. Where'd it go? Richest Americans, not okay. All right, well then, cool, Priority Gamer. That's cool. Let's see. Rich Americans are stiffing the tax man to the tune of $6 billion. Senator Ron Wyden wants the IRS to go after every last one of them. This is a story by Michael Mechanic. They didn't talk about shit. The big deal is that a bunch of rich people didn't pay their taxes, and the IRS finally went after them and got them because they got an influx of money. And so with that influx of money that the IRS got, it could go after the rich people who weren't paying their taxes and got a bunch of money back. And then what happened was the Republicans got control of the House of Representatives, and they threatened to default on the debt unless Biden took away money from the IRS. It was the debt ceiling, and they said we're not going to raise the debt ceiling unless you defund the IRS and stop going after rich people. So Biden had to take away some of the money from the IRS, but not all. But they still have like some. They still got some. So yeah, the IRS is using that to go after rich people. So good job. We have to like. Well, but everyone knows that, right? Republicans defend rich people. That's what they're about. That's what they do. So we have to just get rid of the Republicans. Oh, speaking of defending rich people, Joe Manchin, that traitor, he's a Democrat that won the Senate for or that was a Democratic senator for West Virginia, but he like thwarted the Democrats all the time. Ugh. He acted like a Republican. So it was he's just a bad guy, but he decided that he's not going to run for re-election again. So that's okay. He was a bad guy anyways. But he did help give control of the Senate to the Democrats by running as a Democrat. So he did do that much for them, but fat lot good it did the Democrats. They couldn't get anything done because Manchin blocked everything. So it doesn't really matter like that he's retiring. Let's see what else is going on. But yeah, he was one of the people who didn't want to tax the rich people. So that's Manchin for you. So good riddance. Oh, this is hitting close to home. OSU professor calls threats sent to election offices a clear case of terrorism. So envelopes, this is a story by Joel Jones and Amy Plant. So Portland, Oregon. Envelopes containing threats and white powder have been sent to postal and election workers in several counties in Oregon and Washington this week, leading to several evacuations. The FBI, United States Postal Inspection Services, are investigating nearly a dozen suspicious letters sent to local election offices, of which 4 have tested positive for fentanyl, according to the Associated Press. So terrorists are sending poison in envelopes to election offices, election workers, to hurt election workers. So it's terrorism. And they include a message with them, with the envelope. Here's the message that they included with the envelope. The message that they included with the envelope says, "End elections now." So whoever sent the envelopes wants to attack the American election system and wants the elections to stop. Stop giving power to the right that they don't have. What? What does that even mean? We are in charge now. There is who is this, right? Who are you, dude? Who's this? Also be aware your ballot drops are very susceptible to noxious chemicals. So they're threatening. They're threatening. This person's threatening to attack ballot boxes. They're sending ballot boxes. They're an enemy to democracy. Wow. And then look what happens. They put symbols on there. Look at the symbols they put. These are typically left-wing symbols. Why would they put left-wing symbols on their message? Are they trying to say that left-wing people are opposed to democracy? That's crazy. Left-wing people love mail-in ballots. We love democracy. Democracy is fantastic. It's great. Remember, it was the right wing that staged a violent insurrection on January 6th in order to overthrow democracy, not the left wing. That's how you know that the person who sent this message, that sent the poison to do terrorism on our election system, is a right-wing person, because they're trying to do a false flag and blame the left wing while attacking the voting system, which is a right-wing goal. Yeah, right-wing people hate democracy. They need to get, because remember, the goal of the right wing is to enact an ethno-state, just like in the goal of Netanyahu is to enact an ethno-state. Just like the goal of Putin is to enact an ethno-state. Okay, what else do I got? So be careful. Terrorist attacks on democracy. Yeah, it's happening. It happened. Secretaries of states in Nevada, California, Washington State, Georgia, and Oregon have all confirmed that election offices in their states have received threatening letters and said law enforcement, including the FBI, is investigating the matter. So yeah, guys, we have literal terrorists attacking the United States, and chances are those terrorists who are attacking our election system are white supremacists. They're Confederates. See, you got to get used to that. Confederates. The Confederacy. Dude, the Confederacy. They're still here. You think the United States defeated the Confederates? No. The Confederates staged a coup. They assassinated Lincoln, and then their ally, Andrew Johnson, let them back into government. And they persisted throughout time using... Ooh, that's nice. Using... through Jim Crow laws. The Jim Crow laws that Hitler used to model his persecution against the Jews in Nazi Germany. It's all connected, guys. It's all connected. That's what I'm telling you. Republicans are modern-day Confederates. It's no joke. It's not a joke. Here, listen. So Rick Santorum used to be a politician for Republicans, and now here he is speaking, be a talking head for a conservative media source.
You put very sexy things like abortion and marijuana on the ballot, and a lot of young people come out and vote. It was a secret sauce for disaster in Ohio.
What do you mean it was a disaster? Abortion rights were protected. Marijuana was legalized. Like, what's a disaster about that? That's fantastic. The marijuana laws in the United States are racist laws. Racist and classist laws. Because you know they're not busting rich white people for weed. You know they're not doing that. They're busting poor white people for weed, and they're busting black people for weed. That's what they're doing. It's a racist law. So good on the voters of Ohio for getting rid of that. How did they do it? How did the voters of Ohio get rid of that? Through a voter initiative. Because their own government wouldn't do it. So they had to do it themselves through voter initiative. That's the power of democracy. Democracy is fantastic, right? Do you see that? There was a problem, and the government wouldn't do anything about it, so the voters did it themselves. Great. Abortion, right? Abortion rights were under threat a lot. So in order to protect women's rights to their own body, they had to pass an initiative to amend the state constitution to defend the right of women to their own bodies. And Rick Santorum calls that a disaster. Who is Rick Santorum representing if legal marijuana and women's rights is a disaster for them? He's representing the Confederacy. That's what he represents, the Confederacy.
I don't know what they were thinking, but that's why I thank goodness that most of the states in this country don't allow you to put everything on the ballot, because pure democracies are not the way to run a country.
So, did you hear him? Pure democracies are not the way to run a country. Well, that wasn't pure democracy, dude. That wasn't pure democracy. That was like a ballot initiative. That's not pure democracy. That's an example of democracy, but it's not pure democracy. It is a way of doing an end run around a government that doesn't want to do anything. When the government is not being responsive to the people can take it upon themselves to get it done, and they did in Ohio. And Rick Santorum, being a Confederate, laments the fact that the people can do an end run around the elite who control government. Why? Because Rick Santorum is a Confederate, a white supremacist. He believes in a natural hierarchy. And the only ones who are to have power are the elite. So to Rick Santorum, the fact that the people are overriding the government, over which is controlled by Republicans, the fact that the people are overriding the elites is a defeat. It's bad for Rick Santorum because he represents those elites. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, or it doesn't matter if you're white or black. He represents elites, the elites. Rick Santorum. And it just happens to be that he believes that white people are at the top of the hierarchy. So they tend to be the elites. So yeah, Rick Santorum finds democracy to be a disaster for the Confederates. That's why Confederates want to do everything in their power they can to stop democracy, which is to stop voting. Like mail-in voting is a great way of doing voting. And Rick Santorum and the right wing hate it. That's why we know the terrorist who's sending out those messages and those envelopes filled with poison. That's how we know that he's a Confederate. It's the most obvious thing ever. Come on. Let's see. So you can see voters want a ceasefire in Gaza. It doesn't matter if you're left or right. The majority of voters want a ceasefire in Gaza. Why is it that our government isn't calling for a ceasefire in Gaza? What happened? I thought this was a representative government. Why haven't you done it? Why haven't you called? The majority of people in the United States want a ceasefire in Gaza. Why haven't you done it? Who do you represent? I don't know. I can't keep talking about bad stuff. It hurts. I mean, I could, right? Like, it's easy for me to talk about bad stuff. I have this guy who's trying to sell me Islam. He's like, he keeps telling me, I'm the only one watching your stream, dude. Don't you want to talk about Islam? I'm the only one watching your stream. No, I don't want to talk about Islam. Whoa. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not dead. I was getting worried there. Where am I? Like a bat flying in the caves in the dark. I need more sonar though, right? I have no sonar. Oh, I thought there was a hole up there. Oh, there's a hole up there, see? I can get out. I can reach it. I made it. I made it out. See, I think of all the bad things, and then I fly free, and then I forget. I'm like, oh, wee, flying free, flying free. I am using way more bitrate than I have available. So it was a good. I guess we had a good, good special election cycle. Democrats won in Ohio. Oh yeah, Virginia legislature flipped. A bunch of racist maps are being overturned and have to be redrawn. Donald Trump was successful in delaying his case. Eileen Cannon did him a solid and delayed his Mar-a-Lago case again. That's her job, right? Her job is to delay the case till after the election. So that one kind of sucks. But everything else is moving along quickly. You gotta watch out for Donald Trump's shadow army though, right? The terrorists. He calls to them all the time. He's always talking to them. And then what happens is the media is stupid and they act as data mules. They help spread his message to platforms that he couldn't normally reach. They do it for free. So that way Donald Trump's message can reach both his friends and his foes. They help spread his message. Why? I don't know. Ooh, only 15 rockets left. Arctic pigs. Climb every mountain. More rockets. Running low. Let's see. How much durability? Plenty. Plenty of durability. So, yeah, I don't know, right? I don't know what to do because I want to say like democracy, democracy, democracy. But look at Joe Biden. Like, he's fully embracing a fascist government which is engaged in active genocide. It's hard for me to be like, go democracy, when our democracy is currently helping another nation do genocide. That kind of defeats the purpose of human rights. Like, isn't your nation based upon human rights? Well, what's going on? How can our government be acting against the will of the people in order to endorse genocide? What's happening? Do the people really have the power? Like, what's going on? So, I don't know. I'm going to go into a demonstration and try to, exercise that power. I don't know. Maybe a big enough demonstration can do it? I don't know. I went to the world's largest demonstration, peace demonstration, again, and then the next day, the Americans went into the Iraq War. So I don't know. I don't know how good demonstrations are, but I can try anyways. It's nice to see people, right? Nice to see people. Nice to get out of the house. All right, I don't want to talk about any more stuff. I'm done, I think. One more thing I want to show off. Shiny, I got the polished floor in. Finally. Ooh, shiny polished. So it has nice reflections now. Ooh, I like the wool. The wool looks cool. Yeah, it looks really neat. Looks great. The mood lights. I like the mood lights. Well, alright guys, I think that'll do it for me today for now. The United States needs to solve its needs a ceasefire in Gaza. Israel needs to withdraw. And the UN needs to step in. Which means the United States has to stop vetoing resolutions related to Israel. So the problem is the United States is getting in the way. That's the problem. So if the United States would get out of the way, maybe we could solve the problem. Because ethnic cleansing is not it. Genocide is not the solution. So, alright, until next time, Pagokido out. Peace. Stop.